Today is day 5 of Valorant Champions, and we have 2 matches for today: Boom versus ZETA, then Edward Gaming versus Liquid. Originally, FPX vs Exit was going to be on today as well, but since multiple players from FPX were feeling unwell, their game has been delayed by 24 hours and will be on tomorrow instead. And on top of that, one of the Edward players is sick and won't be on the stage today, but will still play from isolation. It seems like on top of COVID to worry about, there's an additional stomach bug or something going around in Champions, so hopefully all the players are alright and the schedule doesn't get disrupted too much more. Heading straight on into Boom versus ZETA. ZETA were slightly favored going into this. They had a pretty good run at the first Masters this year, and a lot of people are hoping for and almost expecting a repeat of that. The maps for this series are Haven for Boom, Pearl for ZETA, and then Fracture as the decider. Heading into Haven, it seems a little weird that Boom picked this map as it is really good for ZETA as well. And speaking of ZETA, Sugar Zero is actually playing the Omen rather than the Astra, which is interesting considering many regard him as the best Astra player in the world. For Haven, I want to show this round 23 because there's a lot of stakes here, and especially if you look at the eco for ZETA, the amount of money that they have, they need to win this round because they're only going to be on a half by next round, and that's just to get it to overtime, not even to secure the game. And you can see here, this is really unfortunate. Laz peeks through this wall, doesn't even see, right? But he peeks the wall, gets an AWP kill, and he thinks he killed the guy defusing the spike. So he thinks that he gets that done, but unfortunately for him, he actually kills the other Boom player. You'll be able to see it on the replay here. He goes crazy in this round, right? He gets 2 really nice AWP kills. This is before the defuse, so he already gets 2 AWP kills. And look at this from his perspective. He can't even see anything. He just gets the kill, and he thinks he's saved the round. And unfortunately, he can't see it, and he just happens to get the wrong player there. Boom actually went on an insane comeback to win Haven. They were down 6-11 and yet won 13-11. It was risky to pick Haven into ZETA, but they made it work, and props to them for staying composed under a massive amount of pressure and making such a huge comeback. Now onto Pearl, and ZETA have had the most time out of any team to prepare this, as everyone else either played at Copenhagen or LCQ, while ZETA did neither. We do see an Omen coming out for both teams, which is interesting. I don't think we've seen an Omen yet, and I just love to see all the different team comps that everyone is trying on Pearl. For Pearl, I want to show this round. You can see Laz just goes crazy. Unfortunately, most of it wasn't initially captured by the observers, so we can only really go off the replay, but it's the final round. They need this to avoid overtime, and Laz comes up huge. ZETA eventually come out on top for Pearl, but it wasn't an easy win to say the least. Again, they were up 8-4 at halftime and nearly lost control of the map. But like I showed in that highlight, Laz had a really good game, and now we're heading to map 3. Headed into Fracture now, both teams are running the same team comp with the double duelist, and seeing as they were the overall favorite for this match, it was pretty likely that ZETA would win this map. By round 12, things are looking pretty grim for Boom, and they're just going to go for a fast B take here, and it's going to turn out to be a 5v5 retake.
I remember just on the other side of the smoke, and Blaze got a little too froggy with it. Tried peeking a bit too far. Famous does too. This round looks dire for Boom. The flash there, the kill onto Berserk 2. Very well played, and yeah, they can try to keep the delay around the post plant. But there are only so many tricks in that bag.
Oh, wait.
There are only so many tricks in the bag!
Oh!
The trick is flip-sider! Demetal 1v1, it's gotten to half. Laz tries to hold it, pulls off.
So that round got a lot closer than it probably should have gotten for ZETA. You can see Depp overheated quite a lot. He just runs through the breach util and hand delivers them a free gun. Upshot somehow manages to get 2 to spraying with the Vandal, 1 completely through a smoke, and then even no scopes a 3rd as the breach comes into the smoke. Laz plays this well though. It's impossible to know for sure whether he knew the smoke was about to go down, but either way he clutched the round for ZETA. ZETA absolutely rolled Boom on Fracture. Sugar Zero had a 100% cast. Laz and Depp both had 2+ KDs. It was overall a very dominant showing from ZETA here. The previous 2 maps looked promising from Boom though. It never felt like they were out of the other 2 maps, even though they were down 8-4 at half time on both occasions. It just felt like they couldn't keep up on Fracture. So now this means that Boom are officially the first team eliminated from Champions, and ZETA will take on Loud for a spot in playoffs. Our second and final match today is Edward Gaming versus Liquid. I'm all aboard the Edward hype train. I think it's such a good story, and I want them to be really dominant here at Champions. They were slightly favored heading into this match, but there's nothing stopping Liquid from winning. The maps for this series are Bind for EDG, then Breeze for Liquid, and Icebox as the decider. Bind is a shocking map for Liquid. They've won 0 out of their last 5 matches for it, and to make matters worse, EDG has a very unprecedented team comp for Bind with double duelist, a breach, and even an Astra instead of a Brimstone. What I want to show first for Bind is this round right here. First map of the round, very important, and Liquid are currently in a 2v4.
Running right into that one. How Dong still delays are going to keep flying through the right clicks of the Vera. You got to be kidding me. 3 kills on the pistol. And he's isolated it down just to Can, but the timing once more. This guy is just elite.
So Nivera has the free gun buff, apparently, but then Kang is still able to clutch out the 1v2 for Edward Gaming. And since I'm doing a recap, I almost feel obligated to show this footage. Yeah, he got a knife kill and they won the round. The last thing I want to show for Bind is this really nice set play for Team Liquid.
Set up here. That's a slow orb into a molly that traps Jisoo inside showers.
Really big set play. Scream's been flashed though. Unsure.
So even though it didn't work out as intended, I still wanted to show that because I think it's such a good set play. You can see the slow orb and molly coming through to push any defenders into showers, and Scream just comes flying in with the Razor ult to kill them, but unfortunately got flashed. Didn't quite work out this time, but I still think that's an amazing set play. So despite everything I said initially, Team Liquid actually won Bind very easily. And I have to mention Life's performance for Edward Gaming. He's normally their duelist player, but didn't play their first match the other day because he was sick, so this probably wasn't the first appearance that he was looking for. Now we're heading on to Breeze. You can see Edward have a fairly standard comp, but Liquid are going for a Phoenix on Breeze. For Breeze, take a look at this eco round for Team Liquid.
Pyramids making waves on the map. He will eventually be dealt with though, and it's a great timing on top of it. Yampy uses the chaos of the situation, the chaos of the ultimate, to take a great fight.
Whoa, got
and
a shot.
Shut down Can.
Insane 1-2 play from Scream and Yampy. They've got EDG sweating right now.
Yeah, this should have been an easy one for him.
How many times have we said that? What is this, the third anti-eco that EDG are about to lose?
Again, Yampy just knows the right timings to take. Adam's too distracted.
The Scream has the only rifle to start this round off, and his ultimate opens up the site, gives Team Liquid all this space to just walk in. They get the Viper ult down with Nivera, and then it helps a lot that Yampy goes crazy and finds some kills with his Headhunter. Considering it was Liquid's map pick, EDG did put up a good effort on Breeze, but from Team Liquid's point of view, I think it's pretty impressive that they still managed to win with the Phoenix. Even though Scream went crazy and got a lot of kills, I don't think it was a good pick, and I think he could have gotten a lot more value on something like a Jet or Neon, at least just from a utility point of view. For the series as a whole, I think it mostly comes down to Bind. Edward just looked really poor on their own map pick of Bind, and again, like I said, that is meant to be a really bad map for Liquid. They've lost their last 5 times playing it, and yet they somehow managed to roll Edward Gaming, which unfortunately, now that they've lost this series, they are the second team to be eliminated from Masters. Not quite the fairy tale run they were looking for. So for Group A, that now means that Paper X and Team Liquid will fight to take the last place into playoffs. That's it for Day 5. Again, one of today's matches got pushed tomorrow, so we have 3 games to look forward to tomorrow.